Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for joining me again for another segment in my YouTube channel. It's been a while. It's been a very long time and I am literally sitting here in the midst of all the boxes um thinking about last year and our all of the beautiful, wonderful, awesome conversations that we had last year and what it is we can talk about this year. And one of the things that has come to my mind, which we touched on a little bit last year, is setting goals, right? How setting goals is important for for us to be able to live our best rich life. And I know the last time we were talking about, how bad some of these kids are. Um, I have a whole long list of conversations that I want to spearhead in a particular direction. And the reason why I want to spare this conversation in a particular direction is because we're leading up to now the end or the beginning. Let's not say the end. I am launching a documentary that is based on population decline. Now, when I first started this documentary, I thought that it was very, very important to stick to relevant information based on what is going on here in Germany. Now, if you guys don't know anything about Germany, we have a very big decline in population, and Germany, of course, as a country, has done a lot to try to buffer this issue, but it's seeming to me like it's a little too late. But I'm going to talk a little bit about what some of the things that need to be brought to attention for all of my American subscribers and detractors and commentators who come up on my channel. Um, y'all are next. Y'all are next. Y'all are next. Y'all are next. The great thing about America when it comes to the issue of population control and population decline is that there is a lot that's being done to offset it. And I think at the moment it is only like it's gone down quite a lot, but not as much as it has. Like Germany is in the negative zone right now. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, is this a good thing that we have less people? Um, that's a really good question. Only time will tell. If you're over 40, this is going to be no, let me back up. If you're over 35, this is going to be a major issue for you in your very, very, very near future. Now, if you're over 35 and you're a woman, this is going to be the biggest issue in your life. Because while a lot of women are starting to talk a lot about, well, not starting, this is a huge trend that women are going their own way and they want to live that they want to have their independence and be able to do things that they were not able to do before, and be able to work and go out and make all of this money and have this great life and put off having a family and children for later on in life. That might not be as big a possibility as you may think it is, and we need to be very cognizant as to why it is the narrative of being pushed and forced to remain in the workforce past your during your childbearing age, um, because it will have direct consequences for you in the very near future. Now, I know that a lot of people are talking about how it might be selfish to have children for the sole purpose of having someone to be able to take care of you in the future, but we um, tend to understand, as women, I mean, tend to understand that it is not necessarily a selfish thing, but a completely biologically pressing issue as a part of our nature to get done within a certain time. And once we've reached the pivotal window with the pivotal window closing, then we start to understand. And by that time, it is just a little and a little too late for us to be able to recover or recreate that window where we can have children in our later years. I recently posted a little bit about this on my Facebook channel, and I'm very honestly concerned about the level of disillusion that women have about this topic. While there are many women who will be able to have one or two children past 35, the majority of women will not be having children in the age and time and space where it is the easiest and less health risk for them. And this is going to be a huge part of why it is women are going to be facing major health issues during a time that is supposed to be a joyful and more celebratory stage in their lives, because they're having children in a time where it is highly risky and very, very strenuous emotionally and physically for them to do. I myself was one of those women who had done that. And while I'm going to be trying to while I'm still open to the possibility of having a third, I am very, very much cognizant of what it will take for me to make that happen, as opposed to if I had tried to do that in my early 20s. Now, my circumstances are very nuanced because there was no man to have a child with, but there is also a other nuanced issue of the fact that I did not actually not promote, sorry, um, prioritize having a child when it would have been easiest to do so. I say all of this to say that women are on Facebook right now on my channel, on my page, saying things like, "Oh, I was able," giving their anecdotes and not actually speaking honestly about the cost, about the emotional exhaustion and the cost. And also what it means for a woman to have to raise a child. Like, I know a lot of women are thinking about freezing their eggs and having a child on their own. And I think that this to me is way more selfish than a woman who wants to have a child to be able to take care of them. Because if a woman is going to have a baby and she's not in a relationship with, the father, then that puts a real hard burden on unnecessary, especially if she's doing it um on purpose, with the forethought that she's going to have to be able to do this on her own. I think that this is also very irresponsible to really say the truth that men are not needed for raising children. Fatherlessness, we have tons of data available to us now to prove how important the role of a father is in a person's life. And for a person to actually willingly go into a situation and say, "I'm going to deny that opportunity for any future children that I may have to have a father figure in their life." And I'm not saying that everyone who gets artificial insemination or does fertility is going to remain single forever, but prioritizing motherhood over family is one of the reasons why we are in the situation as we are in. I just recently did a video about the issue of parenting and how stressed teachers are because the kids are just absolute trash because they're being raised by trashy parents. This is one of these examples, is that if you want to deliberately put yourself in a situation where you are choosing to raise your child by yourself, you're deliberately putting yourself in a situation that is difficult to be in, regardless of how much money you have. Children don't just need money. They need love, care, attention, and parents that can be completely present. And it is impossible for a parent to be completely present, speaking from experience, when they are the sole parent and provider of said child. That is just the facts. Now, my circumstances, of course, I will tell you about in my next video. So please make sure, excuse me, yo. Please make sure to stay tuned to my next video when we talk about single parenthood, single mom. What is it you need to know if you should be in such a situation? I hope to see you guys in the next video. Of course, make sure to stay happy. This is a new year for those of you who made it. Shout out to all my single moms, shout out to all my teachers, and shout out to all of the people who have been leaving comments and been waiting patiently for this content to drop. So, you're welcome.